Hello YouTube, it's another fine day here. Today let's take a look at how we can bypass the three basic missions on hackthissite.org. If you already don't know, Hackthissite or HTS is a site that you can actually practice your ethical hacking skills, your website penetration testing skills, and try to advance in a way. So it's a great place for beginners and also for advanced penetration testers. So let's dig in. The first thing we have to do is to log into an account. But before you can do that, you need to sign up for a free account. I'm already logged in. After having done so, you will then need to log in with your username and password. I'm already here. I'm already logged in. Let me just do. There it is. Let me just increase the size. Okay, I think that's much better. Now, the pen on the left hand here is the main navigation for Hackthissite. Here under the challenges subheading, you will find that the basic missions is here. We can click on this link to continue. Then once this page finishes loading, you should see a whole series of 11 different challenges. The top one should be the basic one. It's already indicated here, basic one. We can go ahead and click on it to continue. Now, let's do the first challenge. Each challenge will ask you to enter a password that you have to figure out on your own. The first challenge is called the idiot test. But don't take it personally, okay? You should take a few minutes to at least try and figure this one out before continuing on to the next challenge. The most important clues should be given in the little help box below the password field here. They're telling you if you have no idea what to do, you must learn HTML. HTML is basically the programming language that powers the web, hypertext markup language. You should know that every website is made up of a coding language, and that coding language is HTML. Understanding that this language makes up every website should be your greatest clue. Now the next step will contain the answer to the challenge. So please make sure to exhaust your brain before continuing. If you don't wind up figuring out, or if you get exhausted or you see that nothing really happens, you are free to access further missions. You can also, but however, learning by doing each step will increase your chances of understanding future missions. So it's not wise for you to skip a challenge. It's always a good idea to try as much as possible to tackle every challenge on its own. Then there's another thing. There's a forum up here. If you are really struggling, you can check out what other users have to say by checking the forums. Okay, to access the forums, you just click on this link, forum. You need to make sure that you sign in first before creating a new post. Just use the username and password that you had created already previously for the main site, Hackthissite. Okay, now let's go ahead and try to solve the first challenge here. First of all, we will right click on this site and click the view page source. Some browsers might say just view source. They might emulate the page, but it is the same thing. When we click on it, a new page should open. It may look like a bunch of randomness, but it's not. Trust me. The password is contained inside this code in plain sight. If you like to jump straight to the password, just copy the we can just copy the last text here. Right click, copy it, come to the Hackthissite. Now you can do Control F. Click on the control key, then click on F. It will bring up the search page here, the search box here. You can search for anything that you want inside this code. Now I can paste it, and there it is. Now we have just jumped directly to where the password was supposed to be put. Okay. Now let's go here. We have the password here. So this was the text. If you can't complete it, you can whatever. If you come here, it's basically the same thing. This level is what we call the idiot test, up to where it says continue. Okay. Let me just Control F again, search it. This is where it is. Okay. Do you see the password now? You should see the password. Okay. This is it. It tells you the first few levels are extremely easy. Password is, there it is. Now we can just copy the password. Right click, copy it. Come to Hackthissite. Paste the password and submit. So what? How? Let me just copy it again. Copy it. Submit. And there it is, guys. We got the congrats message. Now we have just finished basic challenge 1. Let's go to basic mission 2. Let's go to basic mission 2. You can just click here on the next challenge. Okay. So think about the story provided. From this point on, there's going to be a little story that site creators made specifically for these challenges. Make sure to read this small little paragraph here. Okay. Make sure to read this small little paragraph of a story on each one of these challenges, because it will contain clues for that specific challenge. This challenge is actually much easier in some ways. Please make sure to read the story paragraph above the password field here. As usual, if you get into any problems, if you really are struggling, you can't figure it out, you can always check the forums. Now let's try to tackle this basic mission 2. So let's break it down. The paragraph says network security. Sam set up a password protection script. He made it load the real password from an encrypted text file and compare it to the password the user enters. Okay. However, he neglected to upload the password file. Now, the last sentence is the most important. The last sentence here is the most important in this case. If there was no password file loaded, then there's no password. That's right. Just click the submit button and you have beaten the second mission. That's it. Just click it. And there it is, guys. So what Hackthissite tries to imply is that these are kind of errors that maybe site administrators or software developers are trying may leave the site vulnerable by not securing the site the way it should be. So in a sense, not every site will be vulnerable in a way. I don't think you'll find a site that actually leaves that a password field just like that. You can just submit and then you're just inside the site. But it's a great way to start learning. You should always start small, not big. Take simple steps, then you'll eventually reach your goal. Now let's click on the next challenge. Now the last mission should give us an idea about what you need to do sometimes in order to get through a mission. Sometimes you need to be able to click buttons and see the results, because sometimes people make mistakes. Now this mission, however, becomes the most complicated so far because it goes back into the HTML coding of the site, and the story isn't of much help. So make sure that you take a moment to try and figure out each of these challenges on your own though. When you're stumped or when you're struggling, you can always continue to the next step or check out the forums. Now for this one, this time network security team remembered to upload the password file, but there were deeper problems than that. Okay, now let's go and view the HTML code again. View page source. Okay, now let's find the password area in the HTML page. Okay, as you look at the code in front of you, it may be a bit confusing. That's all right, because everyone is at first. Let's dive down to the part of the code that contains the part of the HTML with your password field and story it. You can do this by copying the last sentence of the story presented here. Just copy this one. Sorry, I don't even know which. Let's inspect the code again. View page source. Control F. Paste it. And there it is. Okay. If I come. Now I'll just follow it. And there it is. This is where we need to find the password. Okay. Now, we have already pasted the contents. Now as you look at the code, you may notice that there are actually different types of codes being used and referenced. This is because HTML works alongside many different coding languages. You can see here we have a .php. Okay, so HTML works alongside these other programming languages to make a website even more how can I say it, more interesting, more appealing. Okay, for instance, PHP is what we call a server-side scripting language. A programmer can run scripts with PHP that will otherwise be too difficult or impossible to accomplish with HTML alone. So they need these scripting or programming languages to further enhance the experience of an internet user, because HTML alone cannot do that job. So if you need to understand PHP, there are many sites out there that you can learn. You can try to practice your skills. I personally recommend W3 schools. It's a good place to start. You can learn all these programming languages: PHP, Python, HTML, Ruby, C++, C++, and all that. Okay, these sites will help you learn a bit, and it will also help you in future challenges. If you need to do all these challenges here, if you come to the Hackthissite, all these challenges, some may require some experience with programming languages, so it will be of help. Now let's get back to our challenge here. Now we okay, now let's do this. Let's open the, let's go to sorry. So we have a line here. This is the line of code you're looking for here. Input a hidden name, file, value, password. This shows us something interesting. Okay, network security team has placed the password we are looking for inside a PHP file called password.php here. Since web browsers like Chrome or Firefox are built to automatically read PHP, and other web-based languages, you should be able to read this file. Okay, so what I mean is that this browser here can already read that password because it's in PHP. What I can do, I can come here, then let's sorry, what am I doing? Sorry, let me just reload the page. Okay, so I can do password.php, and that's just like that. I can read the password. Okay, and this is the password, guys. It is as easy as that. Since my web browser can actually read that PHP file, there was no need for me to go any other way or try to give myself a headache. It is as easy as just pasting that password.php file inside your web browser, and it'll actually reveal the contents of that PHP file. And in my case here, that file is my password. So you can just go back and then paste it. And that is, guys, we have a congratulations. We completed the basic 3, but we have not been given no points. So this might seem a bit easy, but I guarantee you, starting small will build your skills in small ways until you actually make it. Thank you guys for watching this video. Like it, subscribe, and share. I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you, and God bless you.